Hi. How to measure the quality of life? We want everything first class, whether it is vehicle, whether it's food, whether it's clothing, facilities, anything. But what about the quality of our life? How do you know it's a first class? And I'm not talking about possessions here. I'm not talking of the bungalows, the cars people live in. If they are unhappy, it is just that they are unhappy in style. So it is not about the possessions. It's about, are you making the best out of your life on a daily basis? It doesn't mean where you are in your life. You may be a billionaire, you may be just starting your life. At the end of the life, if somebody asks you, how was your life? What's your answer? With certainty, yes, I led a first class life. How do you define a first class life? As we spoke about, it is not the number of followers you have or the possessions and the money you've made. Did you truly enjoy every moment of your life? Because we all know now, we are all talking about, are you making the best out of your life on a daily basis? Are you living a life that makes you feel proud? Are you spending quality time with your family? Are you emotionally fulfilled? So when we talk of these things, or we watch a movie or a story, we get super pumped up. Then that lasts for about 5-10 minutes or maybe for a few hours. Again, we are back to our rut, being angry, being bored, being frustrated, complaining, and suddenly again another epiphany comes, and this kind of a roller coaster. At the end of the day, did we truly live a life that we dreamt of, or we've struggled so far? A great question to answer, because in this video we are going to talk about a mechanism that will blow your mind, because you will know exactly how to measure the quality of life. And this tool that we will be talking can actually transform your life on a minute by minute basis, because you will not only be able to measure the quality of life, you will also be able to steer it in a way, and it will probably make you believe that you are no less than a billionaire at an emotional level. What else can you ask for? Let's dive right into it. Hi, my name is Neeraj Kumar. I help people from various walks of life, professionals from various Fortune 500 companies, self-employed professionals like doctors, lawyers, bureaucrats, politicians, students, homemakers, and my purpose is to help people enhance the quality of their life. So even before we talk about the quality of life, let us look at how our society and our life has transformed for the last 50 years. Late 60s, early 70s, 80s, and early 90s, we call this industrial revolution time. Back then, it is all about making the ends meet. It's about achievement. It's about possessions. It's about survival. Nobody cared about the quality of life. Nobody cared about the working hours. If they have to work 18 hours, they did. My parents, and to a great extent me. It's all about making it big. But then started information revolution. That's around mid 90s, and as we speak until early 2000s. It's all about quality of life. The focus shifted from survival to thriving. We said it is not enough to have only money. It is important that we increase the quality of life. We become more mindful of how happy are we. So that was about information revolution. But the real revolution started, which probably is that what we are going through is one of the biggest challenges, is the social revolution. Because when we talk about up to early 90s, it was a Gen X. Now we are talking of millennials, and now the focus is shifting from millennials who are born after 1986 or 88. Now the focus is shifting to Gen Z who are born late 1990s and onwards. And we are not even talking of Gen I, which is born after 2014. So when it comes to millennials and Gen Zs, their focus and their definition of life is completely changed. They are no longer worried about meeting the ends. They are no longer worried about the job security. Everyone is talking about, am I finding my passion? Am I living my passion? Am I living my purpose? Is this a great quality of life? One of the biggest challenges we have as leaders to motivate them and ensure that they are happy all the time. If you yell, and if the bosses yell, they leave the job the next moment because they don't have to worry about survival. I'm talking of most of the people, because their parents have earned enough for them. If they don't like, they leave the job. And they don't even care whether they have the job the next moment. So the shifting has happened from a survival to thriving to the quality of life. This actually is leading to a much bigger problem, which is free will. Now tell me what is right, what is wrong. I have money, I smoke, I drink, what's your problem? I have time, I have mobile, I can watch any content which is inappropriate. What's your problem? Who are you to tell me? I have a car, I can drive fast. I have position, I have money, I can yell at others, I can insult others. That's me. Who are you to ask me? So what is right, what is wrong? So that means we are actually asking two very powerful and very important questions in this video. Number one, how do you measure the quality of your life? Second one, what is right, what is wrong at a moral level? And it's not only for us to answer them. It is also for us to answer to ourselves. Are we leading a right life? I'm not getting into any spiritual jargons here, and that's completely out of this discussion. We are talking of at a psychology level and at a societal level. So the question we need to ask is, are we living a life that we are proud of? Are we living a life that is right? So the tool I will be introducing will exactly tell you right from the moment you wake up till you go to sleep what quality of life you are leading. Apparently, the quality of life is split into 4 classes. First class, second class, third class, and fourth class. So what is a first class life? You have to listen to me carefully, because this is a little heavy on you. When you're able to grasp it, trust me, this will be a U-turn in your life, and it could transform the quality of your life. We split this into 4 categories of each class, which is any activity. I repeat, any activity. It feels good, good for you, good for others, and serves the greater good. I repeat, feels good, good for you, good for others, and serves the greater good. Feels good. You know, it's a very simple no-brainer. I feel good when I do this. Good for you, genuinely. Good for others, and serves the greater good. So what is this greater good? It could be your family, it could be your extended family, it could be your organization, it could be your society, it could be your city, it could be your country, it could be mankind at large. So that's a greater good. That's called first class life. So what are some of the examples? Smiling. Feels good, good for you, good for others, serves the greater good. Helping a blind man cross the road because you genuinely care for him. Feels good, and that comes from within. Good for you, absolutely. Good for others, serves the greater good. Learning something you're passionate about. Feels good, good for you, good for others, serves the greater good. Coaching somebody. Feels good, good for you, good for others, serves the greater good. And there are many examples. Please write to me in the comment box. I would love to hear from you. So the moment you get up in the morning till you go to sleep, what is the amount of percentage of time you spend in leading a first class life? Listening to others, spending time with your family, spending time with your friends, a quality time, guilt-free time. You are enjoying, feels good, good for you, good for others, serves the greater good. Sharing great information. Enjoying movie together, a great movie, feels good, good for you, good for others, serves the greater good. So this is your first class life. So what is second class life? The second class is, it does not feel good. I repeat, it does not feel good, but it is good for you. It is good for others, and it serves the greater good. You know what I'm talking about. Number 1 on the list. Exercise. If you are not a regular fitness freak, doesn't feel good, but it is good for you. It is good for others. How is it good for others? You don't want people to serve you in the hospital, do you? You think they're going to like you in the hospital? No, it's not. If you fall sick, your family is troubled. Emotionally, physically, financially. Think about it. Never be a liability to them. Good for others, if you exercise, serves the greater good. Think about the whole nation. Disease free, happy people, amazing. So what is the second class experience? Does not feel good, but good for you, good for others, and serves the greater good. What are some of the examples? Saying sorry when you made a mistake. Doesn't feel good, but it is good for you, it is good for others, and it serves the greater good. cleaning the house, keeping the vehicle clean, following the timetable, getting up early in the morning. For many, doesn't feel good, but it is good for you, good for others, and serves the greater good. I know the list can be many. Now the third class life. This is by far my favorite. Because when I talk to people, most of the people spend a majority of time in this class and they are not very happy about it. So what are those third class activities? Feels good, not good for you, not good for others, and does not serve the greater good. I repeat, it feels good or they feel good, but not good for you, not good for others, and does not serve the greater good. I know I have just opened a Pandora's box here. It could be any bad habits, any addictive habits. It could be smoking, drinking, drugs, race, gambling, gossiping, watching inappropriate content, bad mouthing, bitching, lying, extramarital affair, and the list is endless. Feels good, not good for you, not good for others, and does not serve a greater good. What kind of a life are you leading? Third class. I mean, are you really? When you look back, really? Third class life? And we talk so much about the quality of life. Yelling at people just because you're a manager or you have money, you have power, or you are in a position of authority. Feels good. It fills your ego. Right? But it's not good for you. It's not good for others, and it does not serve the greater good. Let's talk about the fourth class experience. This is worst. Third class is anyway horrible, and this takes to the next level. The fourth class activity is it does not feel good. Not good for you, not good for others, and does not serve the greater good. And I know what is even more shocking, many people live in this category as well. So what are some of the examples? I'll give you some extreme examples and the examples that we lead on a daily basis and live on a daily basis. A suicide bomber, terrorism. One who blows himself up. Doesn't feel good. Not good for you, not good for others, and does not serve the greater good. So what are some of the examples that we live? Coming late for the meeting when everyone is looking at you. Doesn't feel good. Not good for you, not good for others, does not serve the greater good. Missing the deadline. Doesn't feel good. Not good for you, not good for others, does not serve the greater good. Lying and getting caught. Lying and not getting caught, third class. Lying and getting caught, fourth class. But look at it, it oscillates between third or fourth class. So when you look back at your life, how did I live? Third class? Not a life you should be proud of, right? So that's one. Insulting or excessive binging on the television or on a social media doesn't feel good. It's so horrible. Because there's a voice inside says, I mean, are you serious, my friend? What are you doing with your life? Drugs, rehabilitation. And you don't want to come out of it. And it's a horrible going into the same loop. Doesn't feel good. Not good for you, not good for others, does not serve the greater good. So the question I have, the moment you get up from your bed till you go to sleep, what is the quality of your life? And it happens one moment at a time, my friends. It doesn't happen. The 6 months just don't go by. Every moment adds up to an hour, on a day, on a week, and a month. And every moment we are living either a first class life, second class life, third class life, or a fourth class life. What is the quality of your life? There is another yardstick that you could look at. That is, any first class activity or any activity should feel good to begin with, or before you do it. You should feel fantastic while doing it, and you should feel great after doing it. So this is another yardstick to say, yes, I am living a first class life because it feels good before doing it, while doing it, and after doing it. Third class activity probably feels good before and while, but not after. Now, Neeraj, who is the judge and the jury for this? Who decides all these things? Your conscience. You can never cheat your conscience, the voice, the right voice inside you. For some people it's very, very strong, but for some people it may be very weak because they have weakened it. But still, it is never dead. So it's your conscience which says, do not do this. It is not good for you. It is not good for others. That's your ultimate judge and the jury, because I have never seen who says, my conscience lies. Never. Your conscience never lies. The next question, Neeraj, how do we implement this concept? Very, very simple. Don't take too many things. Just let's reflect. Before you go to sleep every night, spend 15 minutes reflecting what quality of life you led. First class, second, don't even try to correct. Just very reflection is enough, because when you start reflecting, there is a voice inside says, how could you do this? And something very beautiful happens after 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 days. And that is when you move away from reflecting at the end of the day to reflecting while doing it. Because you know you will have to answer yourself before you go to sleep, and that's not a very comfortable answer if you have led a third or a fourth class life. So the objective is very, very simple. Convert all the second class life into first class life and eliminate third and fourth class life. So hanging around with friends, is it first class or third class? If you have earned it, it is first class. If you have not earned it, it is a third class. If you have done it more than what is required, it becomes a fourth class. So I am nobody to tell you whether you are right or wrong. Your conscience is the right judge and the jury. Remember, richest is not the one who has the most, but one who needs the least and is thrilled with his life on a daily basis. It's time you take your life to the next level, and a life you are proud of, a life lived with honor. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.